Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and we have a bombshell from the Supreme Court. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. What do people do when they know there's no hope anymore? They're getting, they're getting demolished. They get desperate. And when they get desperate, what do? When they're going to fight, they start swinging wildly. Joe Biden is now swinging wildly. He is set to endorse a set of changes for the Supreme Court. And among these changes are, number one, a constitutional amendment to take immunity away from a president. And he wants to include term limits for Supreme Court justices, which, guess what, would also require a constitutional amendment. And he wants an enforceable code of conduct, which would, yet again, require a constitutional amendment. Because the Constitution is very clear. Supreme Court justices are appointed for life. The smackdown here is that he can't do any of these things. They all require constitutional amendments, which are almost impossible to pass in this day and age with 50 states, some red, some blue. Almost impossible. I say almost because there is that 0.0000001% chance that they could find something that they agree on and pass an amendment. That being said, this is just red meat for his base to come out and vote for him. He knows he can't get any of this stuff done. He knows it. It's not about that. What he could do is pack the Supreme Court right now, and if he gets desperate enough, he might actually do that. There's no law against that. That is a concern. I want you to take a look at this report on it and let me know what you think in the comments.
Incredible. And let alone the policy, which sucks.
$55 a year.
The question is, who does put everything in the teleprompter? And Peter, one other thing yesterday, because he is, he's tanking in the polls in the swing states, he came out and he said he would like to make major changes to the Supreme Court because that's what his base wants to hear. Yep, we're not getting the decisions we want because they're a bunch of righties, so we're going to blow up the court.
Yeah, that's what his base wants to hear, but the primaries are over. And when you look at every single poll of what persuadable voters want, where do you find term limits for Supreme Court justices? I don't think that I've seen a poll where that's in like the top 50 issues.
Right. Thanks, Peter. Nancy Pelosi convinced Biden will lose as we will be working the phones. Adam Schiff told Democrats in a fundraiser we are facing a wipeout if Joe Biden stays on top of the ticket. So this has gone lower, but it's not over.
Well, Pete's talking to the people. He's having breakfast with friends from the battleground state of Wisconsin. Hey, Pete, what are they saying?
That's right. And breakfast just came out. We got the skillets are fantastic, aren't they? They're really good. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, we're talking to voters this morning, Republicans who are watching the RNC either because they're participating or watching it from afar. And some of it they've had a bit of a change of heart. Ma'am, what's your name?
Yeah, I'm Ellen.
Ellen, and you're just recently came around to saying, hey, Trump's my man.
Why? Yeah, I was going to hold my nose maybe and vote for him. I was really a big Nikki Haley fan. But over the last few days, his demeanor has changed. President Trump's, he's a humble man. He just entered the RNC with a humble aura about him. And I really like J.D. Vance. I'm a former Buckeye, and I like his background. I like the working person aspect that he promotes and understands. So, yeah, I'll vote for Trump.
There you go. Yeah. That's unity right there. That's unity. Ma'am, what's your name?
Ellen Hansen.
And you